ourselves had envisioned.
There's a stain, however, in the COVID Kenya story, if I may add, what many describe as a corruption scandal, the Kenya Medical Supplies Agency. There have been reports, investigation about essentially mishandling of funds that were directed to save lives and help medical staff do their jobs. Are the culprits really going to
We
be
have,
prosecuted?
and when the whole story came out, and we said that nothing will be spared, and what we have actually done is put in place all the necessary mechanisms, empowered the necessary agencies who, as we reported in our COVID conference a couple of days ago, full authority to complete their investigations, to make their report public, and indeed to prosecute anybody who may have been involved in any kind of misuse of
anybody, no stone unturned.
No stone unturned. And we have given them full authority to do that, and we have actually stated that as soon as they are ready, they should just make their report open, not just to Parliament and myself, but to the entire country, so that people will be able to see that everything has been done transparently in order to assure that we have full accountability.
I want to get to Kenya, some news. The Chief Justice has issued an advisory saying Parliament should be dissolved because you had not enacted what's known as the two-third gender rule, whereby women should be appointed to a certain position in a certain proportion. First of all, I want to get your reaction to the fact that this women empowerment measure has not been enacted. Do you regret that?
Well, yes, it is indeed a regret, but at the same time, you've also got to understand that the spirit of the Constitution was actually one of progressively getting there, because at the end of the day, we have to recognize that we must balance between the rights of citizens to elect their representatives and the need for us to be able to have gender parity in any country. And let me say, and this is a fact, in a democratic society, that is not easily achievable. You have countries like the United States, I think even France, that have yet to achieve that particular objective. So we're all striving to get there.
Now the question, he's asked for Parliament to be dissolved. Are you going to do that?
I don't really think I want to comment on that, because that is a matter that's now back again in court. And in Kenya, you know, for us, so long as matters are before a court, we don't want to comment. We will wait and see the outcome of the case in court, and I think that then will determine the way forward.
Right, but that's not what you would like to do, obviously.
It's not what I would like to do, but it is an option that has been put, as you said, by the Chief Justice. So we wait to see what the outcome of the court process will produce, and that then will be the time to decide which is going to be the way forward.
Lastly, the relationship with your Deputy President, William Ruto. There have been reports of simmering tensions between you and him. So a very simple question. Will you back him? Will your party back him as a candidate for the 2022 election?
I have always maintained very clearly, and it has been my position, and I have made it public severally. We have an agenda as a government that we want to complete. We're still almost 2 years away from an election. This is not the time to start campaigning. That's number one. Number two, I have also made it very clear that my intention is to do everything I can to bring the people of Kenya together, to ensure that the next election will not be an election that shall be a tense election, or an election that can lead to a potential crisis of ethnicity. And that is the reason I reached out to those who were in the opposition, and I said, look, we have a mutual responsibility as the leadership of the country to ensure that we work together and try and find out why is it that our people, or tensions, sometimes to some terrible levels like happened in 2007. Now, of course, there are some maybe who feel that as a result of that kind of partnership and me reaching out to the opposition is meant to sideline William Ruto.
Yes.
But there's nothing more to the contrary, because what we are trying to do is to bring people together to agree on those issues that divide us, and then be in a position to actually have an election where the people of Kenya will have an opportunity to choose for themselves thereafter the leader, and have a system that is more inclusive, so that the results at the end of the day will be such that there will be both acceptability, because there shall be a feeling of inclusion and that no one has been left behind. So that anybody, therefore, who is going against that particular principle, which I hope to achieve, well, I don't say he's doing it, but my hope and my prayer is that we shall all work together to achieve this objective, because that is currently my primary objective. And it is my hope and prayer that especially those in my political party will work with me to ensure that we achieve this for Kenya, we achieve this for our people, and I am very hopeful that we are going to be able to work towards that end, not only with me and my deputy, but also with all. But that is the program I have, that is the objective I have, and with the help of God and the people of Kenya, that is what I hope to achieve, and that is the gift I hope to leave behind.
So you cannot commit today that you will support him in 2022?
My commitment is to this process. My commitment is to peace, stability, and prosperity for the people of my republic. That is my number one function. Once we're over that hill, once, as I said, we now start talking about elective positions, you can ask me that question.
Just very last question. You were talking about once you're over the hill. You're going to be over the hill in 2022. There's not going to be, like in other country, a change of the constitution whereby...
No. I mean over the hill in these issues that we're talking about.
I understand, but you're not going to seek a third mandate.